Georgia, site of the 1996 Olympic Games, Center Parc Stadium, and home to the Georgia State Panthers. And we have been feeling the excitement for this one all week. Georgia State will kick it off to get this game started. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Tigers offense will get first crack at it here. And David, we've got a quarterback today who's been known for making enough plays when his
take over. He needs the running game to get going. He needs the passing game. He needs a little bit of balance. Really good football player, but he needs... the quality teammates around.
Yeah, you're right. I think the one thing we've seen with this guy is he's got to get into a rhythm in games early, right? And so whether it's running the football or getting a few completions early, get his confidence going, because once that happens, he's very, very good.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The give to the back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not opening up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Finds his man. It's Hawkins. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Tries to serve the hit on the sneak. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in the game, 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red snoot, quarterback sneak.
There he goes. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. And the Tigers are marching down the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you see the defense make a big play there in the RPO, and they're doing it because they're starting to load the box. If you're the play caller offensively, you might want to think about having your quarterback keep the ball and then try to throw it downfield.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Lewis wants to pass. On the run, fires downfield. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. Memphis will be forced to punt. They'll have to put it away for the first time tonight. A low-line drive and not his best work. And they'll blow this one dead at the 20-yard line. So Georgia, first possession. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed. He's got game-breaking ability, catching the football from climbing the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. Two NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
Hunt is on its way. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He was working his way. Him at the 46-yard line. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Lewis to throw. Fires one high and deep. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt. Really explosive when he gets his crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Got him downfield. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Hurts.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Catch in the middle. It's Robinson. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. And the Panthers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking down the middle. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Simmons. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Brown will throw it. Bring in the heat. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Virginia Tech managed to avoid by scratching out a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some around Blacksburg had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Memphis wants to move quickly. Off the RPO, complete. He's there to make the stop, and they
tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
And this is going to be incomplete on third.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm. But you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The Tigers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Lewis wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. At the 45 on his way. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. What a cut. Now he's loose. Touchdown, Memphis. Made the grab.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he 3. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Off the backfield of Simmons. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Off play action. Right down the middle. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Under fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Return's going to get it. Down midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. He'll do it himself. Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter. We've reached the break, and Memphis is holding on to the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. Smith takes the handoff. Gets it past the marker. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
The Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Toss sweep right. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Memphis can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. That touch pass went nowhere. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and goal, and the defense was not fooled. It looked like they knew exactly when that guy came in motion across the formation. They said he's getting the football. They played uphill, get the tackle for a loss, and 4th or 3rd down and goal situation.
Time to find the end zone.
And you know, if you're the receiver there, you just want to know where the sticks are. Maybe extend your route a little bit more so that you know you get the 1st down after making the catch. 4th and short, now let's see what they do.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football great. Box, getting the big stop.
The Panthers buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Got the 1st down, looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Panthers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. 6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. They'll try the run. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Brown wants to pass. Heaves it deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The kick is on its way. He was hoping for a little more run. They're able to get him down at the 45. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job finishing.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's got it down the left. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. From the gun, looking for a man. Grabbed in the middle, it's Anderson. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, looking for the score. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on the move, and here's the thing.
Going for the goal line, and he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. On the move from inside his spot. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make team. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Unloads to the wideout. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Brown will throw it. Grab behind the line. It's Simmons. Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch, and it didn't happen.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense fly to the football.
Georgia State will send out the punt unit. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Fair catch is brought in at the foot. And they are set up nicely. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. And the veteran presence is obvious for this senior behind center. They've been playing pitch and catch at an elite level, and there have been no answers defensively. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. You could win a lot of trivia challenges if you ask how long's it been since Memphis had a losing season. They've reeled off 11 straight winning campaigns, and Ryan Silverfield does it without big-time recruits.
No, but he has got great balance on offense. Very, very creative on that side of the football. And over the years, whoever's been the head coach and play caller, that's one thing they've seemed to do. They're a very, very tough out year in, year out.
Explosive offense. That's what you always expect. No matter who plays, come and go, these offenses are always fun to watch, high-flying, and put up a bunch of points.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
He'll pull it on the read. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Smith. Oh, he's got some space. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Tiger! And they take it in for 6 more points. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? He is. Touchdown, Georgia State. He is paid to the side with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you can see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They've got a little time here to put to the right. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. He'll run it again. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. They'll snap it from the 48 on third and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This is an area of the field where it's really advantageous to just go for it. Finds his man. It's Johnson. He's not going to get there. On fourth down. They'll start this drive going to the air. Throws to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. There forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The play action fake. Under fire. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Looking for the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. And nobody able to that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. And he has had this offense clicking on all cylinders the entire game. He's been turnover free. They're moving the ball up and down the field. A really mature performance. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Looking for a crease. It's bottom out. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. Lewis wants to pass. Makes the grab. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Memphis picking up the tempo. Wants to go up top on first down. Got a man. It's Johnson. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Rides the back on the option. The give. Turning it on. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. To the air on first down. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. And the holder will place it down on the left hash. A 47-yard try coming. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Now the play fake. Caught behind the line. It's Simmons. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Brown wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6-time tonight. Takes it on the return. And they'll get him on the ground as comes out to start the next drive. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. They'll start this third quarter with a run. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
The give to the back. And he's brought down after the spin move for a short gain.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these runs.
Breaks into the open. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Memphis getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Working that left side now. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Lewis to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. Trying to pound it in. How about that defense rising up and stopping him? Now, the Panthers are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. He gets him at the 21, but a big play there to get away from the shadow of the goalpost. They picked up 15. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few. Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Off the play fake. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Here comes the heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
Just needs a crack to get a return. Returns like that are why you settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Lewis wants to pass.
at his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Give to the running back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. There he goes. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
Touchdown, Memphis. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end. Expecting them to punt.
Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
Quarterback will keep it. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
We talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Quick pass on the fly motion. Sweet cut there. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tiger. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Another nice drive put together. And this offense through 2 weeks, man, they look legit. This team's about to be 2-0. All of their dreams in front of them. This team looks like a national championship contender.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Pitt is delivering an offensive masterpiece so far. They've got to be loving this in the Steel City. They're up by 25 over Central Michigan. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. The give to the tailback. Makes his way to the 17. Not enough for the first down. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Makes a move. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Lewis to throw. Got his man. Looks as if he'll have enough to pick up the Memphis first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
The give is to Smith. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. A strike down the field. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. That's why you never assume the first guy's going to make the tackle. You have to keep running to the football.
Man, it's something you highlight every single week in defensive meetings. Don't assume somebody's going to make it. Don't assume somebody's going to make it. Take the correct angle. Nice job. First guy misses. Second guy gets him on the ground, forces the 4th down, throws that fist up in the air.
So first down will open up the final period. They want to run it left here. Oh, he's got some space. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together, back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They give up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Quarterback now has to make sure his guys are dialed in. You can't make any more mistakes. Giving up a negative play on 2nd down by the goal line, you've got to be really smart with this football.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Looking to get it in. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Memphis.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Catch in the middle, it's Overton. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Now facing a 3rd and long. Brown will throw it. Got it behind the line. It's Simmons. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. On 4th down, going to the air. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. That's reeled in. It's Robinson. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Trying play action. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after it, as you saw it on that sack there.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Heel off one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. From the gun, the ground game. Once for the tackle. And he fights his way forward. Away from one, but not much doing on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I like the idea on offense of trying to get this quarterback involved in the running game. You do it conventionally on design plays, and now you try the option, but there just wasn't anywhere for him to go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Lewis wants to pass. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down.
Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
The defense had the stop. They were about to get the ball back, but the critical mistake puts the offense back on the field with 1st and 10. Trying to get rid of it. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Nowhere to go there. Down he goes at the 39.
How about the big fella right in the middle of this 3-4 defense? Getting the pass rush. He just anchors down and just pushes the interior of this offensive line right back into the lap of the quarterback.
Fires to the big fella. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. See if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Off-play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Simmons. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Punt is in the air. He will signal for the fair. Take it just inside the 35. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. And they've gotten a superb performance from their senior quarterback. And he's thrown it all over the place. Been a bit of a mismatch, candidly, Jesse.
I think there were high expectations for this guy coming into the year, but I don't know if anyone thought it would look this good. He has been so dialed in today. When he's doing the work during the week leading up to the game, boy, it shows up on game day. He's got a lot of talent, but you combine the mental approach to that talent, this guy's virtually unstoppable.
Lewis to throw. Gets it out fast. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. From the gun, the running back looking for room. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders. He comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, you shoot that on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break it back, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
And the Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Leaves it with the running back. Turning it on. They believe in this running game, and they take it all the way down to the 25 before he goes out of bounds. The Tigers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, this time the defense played it well because this quarterback has given them some problems on the ground.
He's got so much speed and has had some success, but I like the end of this run. Not only get him on the ground, punish him. Make him think twice about running the football in the future.
Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
Yeah, and you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last two games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had